Hi friends, good morning. So I wanted to share very quickly what I've been working on this morning. Excuse me. As you can see, this soil is very bad soil. It's very sandy, very dry, not a lot of organic material in the soil. And I am going to be working on that, but I've been working tons of hours at work, so I haven't had time to really focus on the soil. So I was trying to think of some quick things that I can do to help these plants retain water. Really, when I try and water this garden, the water just runs on down because it is on a hill as well. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but there is a hill here. Let me go out the other direction. And so all the water just runs straight down the hill. And I feel like the plants don't get a moment to take it in before it goes down the hill. So I had an idea of a quick fix, and not really a fix because it's not going to work that well, but it'll help a little bit. So what I've been doing is digging tiny holes around the plant, far enough away from the roots so that the roots are not exposed, but just digging, and that one probably needs to be a little bit deeper, and digging a little trench behind the back of the plant. So when I water these plants, the water has a moment to sit. You can see I watered this one a couple of minutes ago, and there's still water sitting in that little puddle. But the water has a moment to sit before running down the hill. There's a little hole back there. As you can see, this plant is all burnt up and dried up. It's a stilby. I just bought all of these this year, and I did a plant haul on them. I'll put that link above, but I want to make sure that they last and aren't ruined. So let me show you what I'm doing in the meantime until I can get out here and either get some soil or get some, mulch and soil. But sorry if the camera's a little shaky. I'm doing this one-handed, but all I'm doing is digging a tiny trench behind. And the only reason why this soil is so easy to maneuver right now is because it's a little, when I dug the holes, I dug them extra wide to try and help originally. So here's the hole. I'm going to fill it with water, and I'm going to water the plant at the same time. So you can see the water is going into that hole. And let me just fill the hole. And let me water the plant. Sorry again, doing this one-handed here. You can see already I barely water, but the water is just racing down the hill as fast as it can go. So no water is really maintained where the plant is. I even added mulch under this one, but that's not really helping so much because there's not mulch everywhere else. I only have a little bit of bag mulch. I need to get mulch delivery, but again, haven't had time to do much of anything. So as I'm coming around, I'm just picking out some of these dry and nasty leaves and getting it cleaned up a little bit. And I'm just tossing them in the garden because they're not diseased. There's nothing wrong with them other than they got burnt up by the sun and lack of water. And as you can obviously tell, the area needs plant material. So that stuff will break down and it will help build up my soil. Plants take a long time to get established, and soil takes a long time to get established. So I thought if I could manage this the best I can through this summer with these plants. I planted them in early spring. I was hoping they'd have enough time to get some roots established. If I can manage through the summer, the plants will be well established. They'll look really awesome next year, and everything will be groovy. And my soil, because I am planning to start working on it this year. I did not do anything to it last year. That will all help, and then by next year everything should look healthy and happy. But then things happened and I wasn't able to get out here like I wanted. We haven't had rain in a couple of days and we've had temperatures in the 90s, so it's just, you know, a bad mix for plants that need water. But this should help a little bit, especially when it rains and all of the soil is really moist. Those pockets should maintain a little bit more water, and hopefully that will really help. This is already bloomed out for the year, which is fine, but the greenery should stick around a little bit better. So again, just dig in my hole, and hopefully I can get some mulch delivered soon. I think I'm going to need, for all the spaces that I have, I think I'm going to need about 5 cubic yards of mulch. That's a lot of mulch. And normally I've been watering this with the hose, just because it's such a large area and it needs so much water. I do plan to get maybe a sprinkler to help with the watering process. Right now I'm treating these plants as if they were in their garden cans, and should be watering them every day, but I haven't been successful with making that happen every single day. So that's why some of them, like this one, despite my best efforts, have looked like crap. But I just fill up the hole, add more water, fill it up again, to try and get the ground really saturated and help these guys survive. So this is a little cove or something, I don't know what you want to call it, of random plants that I kind of just stuck their dirt on top of the other dirt, whatever the container they were in. So it's this little ridge. So I'm just gonna, now that's their roots, so I probably shouldn't dig that one too much, but they're little annuals here. And now, time to fill up the watering can. About to have to move this to the front yard. Okay, so while that fills up, that's just what I wanted to share today. Again, trying to do something, a quick and easy fix that will hopefully help. You can see things that have been in the shade more. Like this Solomon seal is doing just fine. It doesn't care about not having water. Surprisingly, that hosta back there is doing just fine too. And some of the grasses are doing okay. The green liripe could look better, but not too bad, all things considered. And then, I forget what that's called, but it's a more drought tolerant plant, so it's doing just fine. It doesn't mind. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope that's a tip that might be able to help you in a bind until you can do the proper things and get the good soil and the mulch like you need. But as you can see, this is a large area, so it's going to be quite an expensive cost.